Noni Madueke is officially an Arsenal player. I believe Christian Mosquera is officially an Arsenal player, given the accidentally leaked image of him doing an interview sent to Getty Images. But the big news is that Viktor Gyökeres is still not an Arsenal player. We've got some news on that. It's not great news. It's not horrible news. It's just kind of news. Let's get it. How's it? Welcome into another edition of Loose Cannons. The preseason tour has begun. I'm the Bearded Gooner, otherwise known as BG. I am a certified G, a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. My partner in crime, right there, he's ours bros, Ryan. He's a new baby daddy, and you can't teach that.
Are you gonna do that?
Boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing? Yeah, because you put a headband on. You goofy, silly. I don't want to get us flagged for profanity, so I'm not going to say it. Nice headband.
Listen, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating.
Where your cornrows? Where your dreads?
I actually.
If you're not going to go 100%, you're not going to go 100%. Don't go at all.
I did get my haircut. Just I didn't.
So did I.
He couldn't do the cornrows, unfortunately, or the dreads. They get me confused.
So you're pretty excited about Noni Madueke, are you?
I don't want to do a whole podcast about him again, but I'm excited about him because of the opportunity. I'm excited because he's always been a player that he says this. He follows his gut. He's always been a player that likes a challenge, and I think this is a challenge. He is backing up the best right winger in the world. And I don't believe we signed him for that much money, to just back up Saka. I do think he's going to play on the left. Now, is he, again, I don't want to get into it. Is he an upgrade? Is he going to start every game for us? That's a whole different discussion. But he is going to see game time on the left. I'm excited for the opportunity. I'm excited for him. He's 23. So, I think he's going to be – he has a lot to prove. That's something I think we both can agree on.
I would like to think
he has a lot to prove, and he's not going to send the bench backing up Saka all season. So
I wouldn't think so. You don't spend that kind of money for a guy that's coming in, just for cover. He's not going to challenge him to take his spot. I don't think. I don't think that's a thing.
I think it's going to give I think it's going to give Saka a rest.
Yeah.
I think in the grand scheme,
the more that I have watched, and I have watched, that I was not a fan of the signing, but I kept telling everybody I'm not a fan of the signing because of the timing of the signing. I'm perfectly content with it. I don't hate it. And I'm going to try to segue into the next segment with what I'm going to say here, but the money was a little bit of a concern for me, considering that it was like Chelsea wanted 60 million originally. We got them down to 48 with 4 million in add-ons, and I think that's more probably Chelsea saying, we'll bite your hand off if you give us 50. So the only thing for me is, I don't think it's a luxury sign, because I've seen this too. I've seen people say that it's a luxury signing, and I don't think it's a luxury signing because we don't have cover for Saka. So given that element of all of this and the roster building, if we had legitimate, trustworthy cover for Bukayo Saka, then yeah, it's then yeah, it's a bit of a luxury signing, but we don't have that. So 52 mil for a guy that I agree with you is probably going to see time. I think he's going to see time across front three. I think there's a world where he plays as a 9.
I mean, Martinelli's done it, Saka's done it, Trossard's done it. So,
well,
yeah.
what do you and I? We've talked about this.
Also, I want to let everybody in the chat, or everyone that's listening right now, or whether you're listening in the future, this is not a repeat from last week. This is today's date is July 21st, 2025. Yeah, I feel like we're literally doing the same thing. But no.
Real quick, and then I'm going to segue into Gyökeres. You and I have talked about this for 5 years, going on 5 years now. What do we call it? The pinwheel of death.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, let's face it. He adds to that. He adds an element to that. So we see most of the time Bukayo Saka plays down the right, wide, wants to cut in on his left foot, make that move. Even after making that move, yes, there's an opportunity for him to take the ball low toward the goal line, a little bit of a pullback perhaps. But he does at times get into a more central position, as does Martinelli, as does Trossard, with Havertz being through the middle. He usually, if he's going to move to either side, I think he's going to favor his right side. Havertz, that is. Madueke will favor his right side, being left-footed, but he's a guy that's through the middle. Given the way that everybody talks about him and the ability to take a defender on 1v1, and that's what he wants to do. That's, if you listen to the interviews with him, on the day that he signed, well, the day that they announced it, you listen to those interviews, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to take his guy on and beat him 1v1. So play him through the middle. Why not? But for me, the only issue was the money. Still is a little bit of a concern, considering that we're now hearing, Arsenal want to do 16 million euros in 4 installments. I believe it's euros. 16 million euros, 4 installments. Sporting, if that's going to be the deal, they want 1.2 million more than that. So I'm not 100% sure is that gets you to 68.8 million euros or 78.8 million euros. 1.2 million more on top of that gets you to the 80 million mark. That's before, as far as I understand it, that's before any bonuses are paid out. Somewhere in all of this, Harry Symeou, Chronicles of a Gooner, shout out, put out a tweet and basically questioned both sides of this. I responded with it's either Sporting are moving the goalposts every time we come to an agreement, or there is a sticking point from us, from Arsenal, that we just do not want to give them something in the bonus section, because by all accounts, Fabrizio, James McNicholas, I've not really seen Ornstein say much about this in a couple of weeks. So that kind of worries me a little bit. But a lot of the things that I'm seeing, it's the hang up with completing this deal is in the bonus structure. So I understand Sporting want very easily attainable bonuses. One of the bonuses that I believe has been agreed is Champions League qualification. I believe the other bonus that Sporting are looking for is they want X amount of euros for Viktor Gyökeres to kick a ball with Arsenal, be it in an actual match or in training or at his home, wherever that might be. If it's Sweden, if it's London, if it's Portugal, they just want some money if he kicks a ball somewhere. I'm exaggerating, but they basically want 2 easily attainable bonuses. I want to ask you, A, how worried are you? I don't think you're worried. I'm going to take that away. I don't think you're really worried about this. Should Arsenal say, yep, okay, we're just, okay, you know what? We're sick of dealing with this. What you want, we'll do it. Or should Arsenal stick to their guns? What do you think we should do?
I mean, I'm not worried, so obviously I want us to stick to our guns. I think the Gyökeres deal is something that we need to get across the line first, and it's the most important thing that we do. But I'd rather stick to our guns and potentially hold out for Eze. So, I mean, I kind of feel like this isn't something out of left field for me to say, although I think this is kind of a hot take. I'm fine with Watkins. I'm fine with the cheaper option. I don't need Gyökeres. If they want to push us around, hey, cool. We'll get another striker. Because, again, Arteta has said Kai Havertz is starting at striker come week 1. And we'll get more into what we want to see in the preseason. But, I want to see him. And I think that a healthy Kai Havertz would have won us a trophy, at least one trophy last season. So I think coming into this season, I think a healthy Kai Havertz is, I don't ever want to say good enough for Arsenal to win, but I think a healthy Kai Havertz can win us trophies. I think a healthy Kai Havertz is something that will make us look like a good football team. But do we want an upgrade on him? And I've always said this since we signed Kai Havertz. I've always said he's doing better than we expected, but we need to upgrade on him. And I still believe that. But I think an Ollie Watkins is cheaper. He's an upgrade on Kai. We're bringing in Will Wright, a 17-year-old. We're bringing him in. I know he's young and he's not going to see the first team for a couple of years, but we're kind of lining ourselves up to, in my opinion, based on our academy signings, we're kind of looking to just set ourselves up for, okay, if Gyökeres doesn't work out, we'll just grab Ollie Watkins. We'll just grab, like a late 20s striker that we can get on the cheap that can facilitate an Eze deal we'll use it for a couple of years. We have Kai Havertz, we have Mikel Mourinho, very class case of emergency, but we have strikers in the academy that we plan on potentially bringing up. Or if not bringing up, we're going to bring them up enough to where we could sell them for assets and then make money to buy, who knows, maybe Sesko in a couple of years. I don't know, but I'm not too caught up in the Gyökeres thing as much as everyone else is. I'm really not.
Here's I guess my issue with the pivoting to Ollie Watkins. I'm with you, but here's the rub. If we back out of the Gyökeres deal, now everyone in the world, even people who don't even know what football or soccer is, know Arsenal Football Club want to buy a striker. We go to Aston Villa for Ollie Watkins. That's $60 million. Aston Villa aren't going to back down from that price, nor should they.
Every club is different. Every club has their own PSR to meet. Every club has their own thing. Like Villa has to sell. We talk about.
Do they?
Yes, they do. I think they need to make PSR rules. Chelsea had to sell players just to register their new players to UEFA. Like there's teams that just have to sell, and you could say like, oh, the other.
So go get Nico Jackson out of Chelsea, I guess.
I mean, that's another thing that's been floated by. That is, I'd rather play Calafiori as our striker. Let me just put it that way.
The Nico Jackson?
Yeah, I would.
I'd rather play you as our striker.
Listen, no. Back in my day,
I might back away from that a little bit.
Back in my day,
Back in my day. I just think that unless I have not heard anything about Aston Villa needing to sell.
Yeah, they need it. Well, that's why they offered us him in January, because they knew they needed to sell in the summer. So they're like,
but what then? What's the realistic price for Ollie Watkins then? What do Villa realistically need to sell him for? What do they accept and say we're not going below that. You understand what I'm saying? Because if it's
what are we time out? What are we willing to pay, or what are they willing?
No, what are they willing? What do they need?
I don't know. I don't know their numbers. I'm not. This isn't. Loose Lions TV.
So, I guess my point is with this, they can, to a degree, afford to hold our feet to the fire on this.
We can hold their feet to the fire. Like it goes both ways. I get what you're saying, but
teams
need to sell. Just because we're desperate doesn't mean other teams aren't desperate.
But it also means that there could be another team out there. United have been rumored to go in for him. What if United go in and say, "Here's your 60," right?
For Watkins.
You know, if you know that Dylan need to make, say, 45. But they're going to play hardball and you need them. Who blinks first?
If you're Ollie Watkins, boyhood Arsenal fan, his whole family are Arsenal fans.
Yeah, but I don't see Ollie Watkins being that guy to agitate for the move. He didn't agitate. That's my point. He didn't agitate for it in January.
No. That's my point. Is if he needs to be sold by Villa, right? And you have Man U and you have Arsenal going in for him, your Watkins, what are you doing? I mean, unless Man U are paying him enough money to where his great grandsons don't need to work, then okay, maybe. But I think we would pay him a good enough wage. And if he's that, and again, it's so tough. I think this gets thrown around a lot when you talk about he's a boyhood Arsenal fan, so naturally he's gonna want to come to us. I mean, no, that's not the case. But I don't know. I have a feeling that push comes to shove, I think we could get him at a reasonable offer. I'm not saying we're gonna steal him from Villa, but there was a reason Villa offered him to us in January. So,
well, I guess
he's also not the only option. There's players that we can get.
Well, but again, if we back out of the Gyökeres deal, or we don't back out, but we make a move in another direction behind the scenes, teams still know that this is what we want. This is what we want to do. And they're going to hold our feet to the fire on price. So I feel like it's a bit of a catch. They are. I would. That's. But
again, teams have to sell just as much as we need to buy a striker. Teams need to sell. So if they're going to hold our feet, I'm like, okay, cool. You need to sell. We need to buy a striker. You need to sell. So let's make a deal that benefits us both.
But again, you get a team that comes in that doesn't care about the money.
Okay, bye. We move on.
And
you understand how many strikers there are in the world, right? Playing football professionally.
And how many of them are actually worth the price that we would have to pay?
What
is Ollie Watkins worth to you? What would you be willing to pay? What's the drop dead number?
I mean, I don't have a number. I think for me, it's just if we're let me put it this way. If we back out of this Gyökeres deal, we better be signing SA. Or, I guess, and if you really want to get into it, or Rodrigo, we better be bringing in a left-sided player that is an upgrade to Trossard and Martinelli. If we back out of Gyökeres deal and we in a sense, I guess, downgrade our striker signing, then we have to then make a creative left-sided player signing.
So what's the number?
I don't know. There's a number. It's just if we back out of Gyökeres, we're getting whoever the striker is. Could be Bob Jones from wherever, and we're bringing in Eze or Rodrigo or some kind of big signing.
I just at this point with the Gyökeres thing, with as quick as we were to move on Madueke and agree that fee.
Also real quick, I agree with Ryan. I do think to an extent that when we back out of the deal is to get Isak is the dream signing. But the thing is, you're paying probably double the Gyökeres to sign Isak. So the question is, do you back out of the signing to pay double to get Isak? At that point, yeah. I would. But again, it's not my it's hard for me to associate myself as a Kroenke because it's not my money. So obviously I want to I'm willing to pay. I think he's the best signing we can make. as a football club in the entire world.
Richest sports empire in the world, by the way.
No, yeah.
Sports and entertainment, $21.9 billion.
Yep.
I mean, it does help when you have an NFL team with a virtually brand new stadium, an NBA team, and an NHL team that both just won championships recently. Anyway, not last year, but I don't know, man. I think I worry. I just want to know. See, it's the not knowing that drives me nuts. I'm a control freak, but it's the not knowing what is holding this up. Is it us? Because if we're legitimately haggling over $1.2 million, but Chelsea now again, a rumor, don't take it as gospel. Rumor was Chelsea wanted 60. We got them to 48. They wouldn't accept 48 total. They wanted add-ons to get it up to 52. That's where whatever it was they wanted, they got us at 52. He's gotta. I don't want to come back to the Madueke thing, but it's like to justify that amount of money, he's got to score 15 goals this year.
Again.
Unless Bukayo Saka stays healthy.
I don't want to have this Madueke conversation because we're going to talk in circles. Because his signing, us paying Chelsea that much money was because we're getting his salary that has a huge part to play. So then when you say like, oh, we paid over 50 million for him, yeah, but he's making the least amount of money in our club that isn't Ethan Nwaneri and Miles O'Skelly. So it's like I don't like when people have to like I'm not like calling you out. I'm just saying like you have to, if you're going to talk about the 52, well then hey, let's talk about the 50.
So then what would be the total outlay? Right?
What do you mean for Madueke?
Yeah, and I'm not saying to bring it up. I'm putting that out in the ether.
I was like, I'm gonna do math at 10:30 at night. Come on,
yeah,
man.
Right. I'm not doing math at 10:30 in the morning, let alone 10:30 at night.
Because you're asleep.
I guess true. It worries me, but at the same time, on the flip side of this, as I said, is it us haggling a few million pounds, a few million euros, or are they moving the goalposts?
It could be both, but I'm leaning it's definitely them because they're
Let's rewind. This is exactly where I'm going. Let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Okay.
When they sold Bruno to United, they haggled. They kept moving the goalposts with United. They sold Pedro Porro to those that lot up the road who shall not be named. They haggled that, and now they're haggling us. And so, like I said before, this is the question to all Arsenal fans. Everybody that's in the chat right now. Most of the viewers are on X. I've got 8 of you in the chat right now. All 8 of you in the chat, first of all, drop us a thumbs up on the video. Be sure you like it. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button. Let me put that banner up there just so you guys don't forget. There we go. And I want you to drop your comment right now in the chat. Should Arsenal I could do this if I could actually multitask in doing this show and put the poll out on YouTube. Should we suck it up and just meet Sporting's demands, or should we stand firm? Ryan says stand firm. I say
bend over and take it.
No, I kind of say stand firm. I say stand firm because I do think, again, not to keep bringing this man up, what we said before, if we're looking for cover, I guess. So another topic that we can discuss, and we're halfway through the show, and we haven't even gotten to 3 of the other things that I've got on the list. What is the expectation of Viktor Gyökeres coming in here? What's your expectation of him? Is your expectation that he eventually takes the starting 9 job away from Kai, relegating Kai to a rotational squad player where he comes in as the center forward Sometimes maybe he spells Declan Rice as a left 8, which has not ever really seemed to work out that well. Does he spell Martin Odegaard as a right 8? He does like to play off the right side. When he's coming through the middle, he does drift right, not all the way right.
He's not a midfielder. He's not a midfielder. What are we talking about? We're talking about Gyökeres, though, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is Gyökeres coming in to supplant Kai Havertz as the starting 9, or is he coming in to lend cover? And it's going to be, are we platooning them as the number 9?
He's coming in to win trophies for Arsenal. And that's what I expect. I know.
Well, no, I want the role. I want role. Is he coming in? Not role. Yeah. I mean, we know the position, but what's your expectation? What's your expectation of him in terms of playing time?
My expectation is for him to be a vital part in us winning trophies. I don't know. I don't get what like. Maybe reword your question.
No. You know what my question is. You're being a scumbag.
I'm not being a scumbag.
Your Madueke headband is starting to cut off the blood flow to your brain.
It's pretty tight, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's
sure
Megan's headband, but no, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's so funny how I feel like I've transitioned to now like all this year. Like this season, I just want to win trophies. I don't care how we do it. And if we win trophies with Kai Havertz starting it as 9, cool. If we win it with Gyökeres, cool. I mean, obviously your expectations for him to take over the role and to start, but like Kai Havertz, I think BX got us this earlier, and he misses a lot of chances, and I can't really disagree with you. Healthy Kai Havertz last season, we win a trophy, at least one, and I think you can make the argument we win 2. But injuries happen, things happen, and I mean when you're paying this amount of money for a player, especially where it's being drawn out like a soap opera, and especially when this player broke records in scoring, yeah, you want him to start. That's obviously it's a no-brainer. But what my demand for him is what I would be happy with would be him to be a part of us winning a trophy. I mean, do you? I mean, put it this way:
you're the worst.
No, but listen. Fast forward to the end of the season and we win a trophy. Like, do you care if it's Kai Havertz started, or do you care if it's Kai Havertz starting the Champions League final or Gyökeres? Like, gun to head, everybody in the chat is gonna say, "Oh yeah, I want Gyökeres starting." Yeah, no shit, but like because he's a new shiny trophy. But let's say Kai Havertz starts and we win, then it's like okay.
I would need more context. Opponent.
Like, what do you mean?
Opponent. Who is? I mean, if they're both playing the same position, and it is a platoon situation, who is the more informed player?
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you that Kai Havertz
100%.
Kai Havertz starts.
Well, your question was who would I want starting? I'm saying to answer that question intelligently, I need more information.
I would assume you would pick Gyökeres, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, that's fine. My point is I think everybody.
All things being even right now, I would say yes, Gyökeres, because I think he's the better overall striker. But again, it depends on opponent.
No, I agree. I think at the end, I just think at the end of the day, we want him to contribute and we want to win trophies.
For sure, yeah.
I would. So, my question is, would you want him to win the Golden Boot and us not win a trophy, or would you rather him?
No, absolutely not.
That's my point. So that's why you need to understand that that's where I'm coming from. Yeah,
no, I get
mad about it. Like,
not that.
You called me a scumbag. I'm very offended.
No, you're not. Shut up.
A little bit. I might be smiling on the inside, but I'm crying on the inside. Smiling on the outside, crying on the inside. Good.
That was the end goal.
That's fucked up.
I want you squirting tears, cowboy.
I'll be anyways.
The reason that I ask the question is because it also applies to if the Gyökeres deal for some reason, if it does fall apart, if we walk away from it, it does that question. What are we bringing in a new center forward for? to be the guy, or a platoon situation, or is it cover for Kai Havertz? So, because I think if you
It's definitely
pivot,
not cover for Kai Havertz. If anything, it's an upgrade or
I agree with that
situation.
But Ollie Watkins,
What about him?
I think that changes the dynamic a little bit. I don't know that Ollie Watkins unseats Kai as the bona fide number one center forward. That conversation goes from being the guy,
I think so.
being the guy to, if it's Ollie Watkins, being to platoon / cover.
Here's another crazy take. I think right now, given what we know, which is I'm not wrong. I guess this is a factual. No, it's not a factual statement. Given what we know right now, I think Ollie Watkins has a better chance of unseating Kai than Gyökeres does. Ollie Watkins is a proven Premier League player.
Yeah.
What is it? I think he's third in goals in the last 3 or 4 years. I think the only people he's behind is Haaland and Salah.
Yeah.
And the guy also assists, he assists goals too. It's not like he just scores them.
Right. Well, see, that's the part of the Gyökeres thing that, well, really the Gyökeres Sesko debate that no one, I would see here and there, people were like, look at the goal contributions, not just the goals, but the goal contributions that Gyökeres has. It's like this dude, I get it, but this dude is, in my opinion, he is light years beyond Benjamin Sesko. Light years. Benjamin Sesko, you're buying potential in Benjamin Sesko. You're buying a finished product.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, I've heard a lot of people like, I don't know, man. I really think he could flop. They're like, there's no in between. He's either gonna murder the Premier League. Probably shouldn't say that word on the air.
Whatever. He's gonna either do really well or
he's either gonna do really well or he's gonna be a bust. Like there's no in between.
See, and I'm like, well, I think he's gonna be in between. I don't think he's gonna.
I do too. I agree 100%.
I don't think he's gonna be a flop, but I don't think he's gonna be like a gold.
He's not gonna be a flop. You don't score. You don't have almost 100 goal contributions in one season across all competitions. 97 is what sticks in my head. I could be wrong. Somebody double check me on that. But almost 100 goal contributions in one season. I don't care what league you play in. You've got talent. You've got talent. That dude's going to come here. The only thing is, if people are expecting him to come in here and bag 30 to 35 goals, you're sadly mistaken because it's not the way this system is set up. It's just not. 20 is realistic. I would be disappointed if it were less than 15. I would be, goals, not contract goals. If he doesn't get to 15, I'd be pretty disappointed.
It depends on the game he plays, but yeah.
But I would be if he got 25, I'd be over the moon. Because if he bags 25, imagine what everybody else around him is doing. So that's where I'm coming from on the Gyökeres potential in the Premier League. But at any rate, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we wait. And we wait. And we wait some more. Moving on. Speaking of money and buying a player, let's talk a little bit about sales, because this is not something that I see anyone talking about on socials whatsoever. I think we all know the players that we want to sell, but boy, I have not seen one rumor of anyone coming in other than Zinchenko, and that was AC Milan, I believe. I have not seen or heard anything of an Arsenal player actually being sold. Interestingly enough, Mikel Arteta in today's, I guess it was, to certain people, it was yesterday's press conference in Singapore. He was asked how he feels the summer transfer window is going. He says he is very happy, but that we are still short. So,
which to me gives me hope that I think we get Gyökeres and Eze done, or I guess Was it Simone? I don't even know how to, it's not Simmons. It's
See,
like,
I've said Zavi. I've called him Zavi Simons. I've heard
I gotta
Simons.
look this up. Maybe.
Um,
I thought it wasn't that, but maybe.
Egal of Egal TV said it's Siemens.
Hmm.
I have not heard anyone say Simmons. That would imply a second M in the middle of his name. I have been saying Simons.
Oh, look at you, fucking English major.
Just try to.
Javi Simons.
Simon, mon ami.
I can look it up.
Oui, oui.
He's Dutch. It's some of the Dutch accent. So
yeah, okay. We're gonna go with. I'm going with Simons for now, till I hear somebody else say it differently. But
it's Simons.
That's what I think. So yeah, BX Gunner get okay. I don't know about Trossard. Jesus isn't going anywhere. He can't pass a physical, so he's not going anywhere. So Jesus is not getting sold. So, have you seen anything? Have you heard anything about
with sales?
Player sales, yeah. Other than Zinchenko?
I mean, the Trossard thing with what was it, Fenerbahce, but that I think is off. Well, there was never interest. Saudi Arabia for Martinelli. Reece Nelson going to Crystal Palace or Fulham or Bournemouth. No, Fulham or I think it's Fulham or Crystal Palace. So Fulham or someone else.
Excuse me. Oh. Alexander Zinchenko. This is your boy. You love him.
No. I don't love him. You hate him.
It's your guy.
No.
I don't hate him. It's your guy. It's your guy.
To
it's your guy. You love him. You think
so,
he is the best footballer to ever football.
So to me, I see him as like almost like like when I'll get nerdy for a second. When you talk about like Pokemon and how like that like they evolve like a Squirtle to a Wartortle to a Blastoise.
I just want everyone watching this show to know right now that I do not have a clue what he just said.
Bro, Pokemon. All right. They like
Did you
evolve.
Just say a Squirtle?
Yeah, Squirtle dudes. If you don't know what Squirtle is, you could just I'll just do the show by myself. But anyway, not the point. Point is they evolve, right? They evolve to stronger and better Pokemon. Zinchenko was someone that evolved. I kind of talked about it last week when we were talking about David Luiz and we signed him from Chelsea. He evolved our back line. Was it a good back line? No. When he left, were we still a good back line? Not really. But the ball playing center back. I think he was a very underrated player for Arsenal. Still don't think he was really that good.
Who was?
What? David Luiz?
David Luiz? Okay.
Yeah. Just a ball playing center back, which obviously is something that Mikel really likes, which goes to our, a signing we'll talk about later. But, yeah, I think he was great. I think Zinchenko did the same thing. I think he changed tactics. He changed formations. He gave teams, something to look at, when you talk about, I guess I'll do another, not this is a metaphor. So another, like another thingy, like the Little Giants, the annexation of Puerto Rico. It's the play that, like, what's going on? This is like a crazy play. We don't know what's going on. Like Zinchenko confused the other opposition, confused other teams. And he was great for our development as a team. But, something that is not always lead to trophies. It does not always lead to, putting us over the edge, in terms of, being a powerhouse. But I think he did his due diligence. He did what he had to do. And, I think he's kind of ran his course a little bit. So now I think the plan is to get some money for him and, get used to the Calafiori Miles O'Skelly left back.
Well, I mean, we've also heard that MLS is going to play in the midfield. That's what Arteta really wants to do.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that was his position in the academy. So we're gonna have to see.
All right. So with Zinchenko, what's your value? Well, you don't like doing valuations of players. You have Transfer Market up. You see what they say.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Well, what's your opinion on what Transfer Market says?
What's my opinion of it?
Yeah, are you in agreement with Transfer Market? Do you think it should be? You think we should get more, or do you think we would accept less?
Well, so we brought him in for 35 euros. And how old is he now? He is now 28. I'd be shocked if we get this much for him. Do you want me to reveal what they said?
20 million. 20 million.
Yeah, 20 million. Yeah, they value him at 20 million euros. I don't expect to get that much for him.
So what do you think? Nice. What do you think we do get for him?
I don't know. Probably high teens, which is close to 20. But I don't think we see that too. Maybe after add-ons and stuff, maybe we'll get to 20. But again, like it just depends. This is another reason why I hate valuing players and I hate like talking about how much money people go for and stuff, because I forgot he's born on my birthday. He has the same birthday as me. I totally forgot about that. Anyways, the thing that bothers me about valuing is just like certain teams will pay a certain amount of money. Like it's notorious that Italian clubs don't pay. They don't fork money up.
Right.
They probably don't have money to fork up, but
they
notoriously they just don't pay. English clubs, they pay. So it depends what kind of team is in form, and again, it depends what the desperation of said team.
What's our desperation to sell him? What's our desperation to thin out a squad that Mikel Arteta claims is already short?
Yeah,
and by the way, real quick, to say that we're still short, and we took 30 players to Singapore. Now I'm going to say 7 or 8 of those 30 are academy players. Max Dowman is what, 16?
I think so. 16.
A few of the other guys are in that neighborhood. So how many of those guys, they're not really going to get a lot of first team minutes. But so that leaves, 22. But I would think that Arteta is looking at this and saying, yeah, we're gonna sell. We're gonna sell Zinchenko. John Brown 876 from X.
They could comment now? What's going on here? I didn't know you guys could comment now. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm so glad that people on X are actually commenting on this. It's fantastic. Nelson Zinchenko. I don't know about Kivior, but that's a good one. We'll save that for a little later. Sammy Lokonga, yes. Who was the? There was one other one. Sammy Lokonga, Reece Nelson, Zinchenko. Who am I missing? It's got to be somebody else. There was 4. There were 4 players that I kept thinking of.
What
need to sell? Like we need to move them on.
Nelson, Vieira, Lokonga.
Vieira, thank you, Fabio Vieira. That's who it was. Yeah, Sammy Lokonga and then Zinchenko. I lost my train of thought. We were talking about Zinchenko.
About selling people. Also, yeah, correct. There's 7 academy players.
7. Okay, so yeah, I was right on. So 7. So if we're going to sell those 4 out of the 23, that leaves us with 19. You register for Premier League and Champions League, I believe 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Those 24. Is it
24? 20. Okay, I mean close enough. So it does leave us short before we sell those players. And I think, what's the matter? What are you laughing about?
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Not for yeah. Go, keep going. Sorry.
All right. I don't know, porn pop up or something.
No.
Right now, things that I trust more than Arsenal to get a major deal done. The pop-ups on Pornhub that say there are local women in my area who want to have sex.
All right.
Kidding.
Come on.
Anyway, so Zinchenko, 18. I'll aim lower, 17. Fabio Vieira, 20. We had talked off air that we were going to do this, so let's actually get into this.
All right, I'm in.
So we were discussing off air if my valuations of players, and I am not looking at it. I'll get
25 for Premier League. Good job.
It's 25. Okay. So I am going to give a valuation of a player.
Yeah, 25.
And we'll see how in line with transfer market I am. I believe the transfer market usually is a little on the low side. I feel like they value players a bit below what I think they're actually worth.
Yeah.
I've got Fabio Vieira at. We're doing this in euros, I guess.
Yep.
I've got in euros for Fabio Vieira, I'll say 25, but I feel like that's high. 24. 24 million euros for Fabio Vieira. I know I said 25. I'll go 1 million euro less.
It's too high. 24. 24.99. 27.
Sold. I'll buy that for $1. He's 22. All right.
No.
What'd I say? And I said that I think transfer market usually aims a little low. I saw the Zinchenko one. I know they've got him at 20, which I think that's actually pretty right on for Zinchenko. Reece Nelson. Man, oh man.
I think this is low, but I'm a big Reece Nelson guy. So
I love Reece Nelson. I just feel like he didn't play enough here, and then he was hurt most of last year with Fulham. So that those two things there are going to tank his value. I'm going to say 15 euros. 50, yeah, euro, because that's probably comes out to about 13 million pounds, 12 million pounds, 15 million euros.
16.
I'm good at this. Arsenal, if you're watching,
yeah, or transfer market. Just
I'm good at this. 16 euros. So call that.
It's also so funny, like, and I'm guilty of this. Like, we still think he's like this young up and coming player from Haaland, and like, oh, he's gonna break through. And it's like, dude, he's 25. Just crazy.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Nelson, like we talk about, like I mean, no, okay, not we. Sorry, I talk about him like, oh, he's gonna be so good. Like he just give him a chance, give him time to play, and like, sure, the Bournemouth goal was just like insane, but he's 25, so it's like, oh
yeah,
you're like, oh, gotcha.
All right, who else? So Fabio Vieira, Zinchenko, Sambi Lokonga. Man, oh man. He at least played last year. And he's 24.
He's 25. Wow,
he's 25. Fool, he's not getting much more than Reece Nelson, I don't think. I'd say 15 for him too.
8.
Oh, woof.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be a big loss. What did we pay?
He was
30.
He was actually hurt.
I thought he played most of last year.
He did. No, he was hurt though. He didn't play too much, and he wasn't good. He didn't start that much. I'm actually looking it up because now I'm curious. But yeah, we paid 17.5 million for him in euros.
Euros? Okay. Oh wow. So I'm double. I doubled what we actually paid for him.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So if we just take the transfer market valuation, so what did we say for Reece? 16, 20 for Zinchenko, there's 36, 8 for Sambi Lokonga. This is in euros, so that's 20, 16, that's 44. And then what did we say for Fabio Vieira? 22?
22. That is correct.
So there's 66. All right. So that's
pays for Eze.
It does not.
And
remember it's euros. Eze, everything.
Well, I was saying getting wages off. I mean, we have to pay Eze and wages, obviously, but we're getting wages off the books too.
Well, sure. I can't imagine, other than Zinchenko, that any of those guys are really making a ton of money.
Yeah, they're making more than Menweke.
So Nelson's on almost 100, right? He's almost on 100K a week.
Dude, I have so many tabs over just from the show alone. It's fun.
Well, regardless. So 66 million euro is what we could stand if we got transfer market money for those 4 players. You know who I did? Let me ask you this. I assume you're on board with selling all 4, right?
I want to sell. So
well, just start there. You're on board with selling those 4. Because I think I've got a couple of other names that I want to throw out here, but you're on board with selling those 4, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So Karl Hein. Would you sell Karl Hein?
So here's my problem. Well, not my problem. I think he's good enough to be our backup. I think he can be. I mean, again, saying like this statement's not gonna. It's gonna make sense, but so I think Karl Hein can be better than Kepa, but like backup. So it's like, And I don't really believe in having a third choice keeper, especially one that played in La Liga last year and was good. He was good in La Liga.
Yeah.
Not that I value La Liga that much, but
Where was he at? Valladolid?
Something with a V.
Valladolid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where he was because it wasn't Valencia.
No, it was Real something. It was Real something with a V.
So you're keeping Carl. Well, let me ask you this. Kind of a
I'm selling him probably.
Oh, you're selling Carl Hein.
I want to keep him. I'll put it this way: before Kepa, I wanted him to be our backup, but now that we have Kepa, there's no use for him.
What contract did we give Kepa? How many years did we give him? It's not a 1-year deal.
It expires. He's 3 years, so he expires 2028.
See,
2028.
Yeah, given that, I'd probably sell Carl Hein.
Yeah, I don't want to, but yeah, I mean, like,
well,
I have to.
Do you loan him again? And I don't really think he would go for that. Because that'd be what? That'd be 2 years
again,
in a row that we loan him.
And I think this is where, and then this is another like hiccup I thought about when we were talking about, like selling players, valuations and stuff, is like some of these guys are just going to go out and loan. They're not even going to generate money for us.
And therein lies the problem, because I think that's Reece Nelson, and I think it's Sambi Lokonga. I think
that could be all 4 players. We just maybe not Zinchenko. I think it could be 3 of the 4 players we named, and I hate it.
I think there's a Portuguese team that takes Fabio Vieira off our hands.
I think you're right, but if he's going. But if no one takes him, he's going to go on loan again.
Yeah.
So
these outgoing moves, these sales that we need to make, we are awful at this. Absolutely. We are great at tanking our own players' valuations, because that's why nobody comes in to buy these players. It would not shock me at all if Crystal Palace came in and said, we'll loan Reece Nelson with an option to buy. And we said, okay. We're not going to get a sale fee for Reece Nelson. I think
it's crazy.
Go ahead.
No, continue. Sorry, continue.
No, I just don't think we get a fee for him. I think he's got 3 years left on his deal. We gave him big money, and it's like, you gave him big money. Why? And then you loan him the following year. 2 years. Okay, so it's got 2 years left. You've loaned him 2 years left. If you don't sell him this year, nobody's buying him next year, because if anybody actually wants him that bad, they'll wait for the following year and just sign him on a free. I think there's a real good chance that, and the other thing too is that I would sell. Somebody said it in the comments or was it you? Yeah, BX Gunner. Boy, BX Gunner, you're doing well tonight, man. Look decent with Luton. I agree. Championship may be his level. I agree, but you never hear of championship sides coming and trying to buy a Premier League player. I understand the money, but
only people are like the old. What's his name? Oh my gosh, I don't know. But there's it happens, but it's literally English players that are elite, like honestly, like Christian Norgard type players, guys that have led Premier League teams and are just past it, and they're kind of like, yeah, we'll just send you to a championship club, or even championship clubs that go to League One. That who the fuck? He played for Sheffield United, and he just went to a team that I think they just got promoted to champ. I don't know, whatever. But it happens. But I agree though. I do think it's definitely it's more rare than you would think. That's for sure.
Can you hear that?
Vaguely.
All right.
It's not like
it's really loud in my ear.
No, it's not that loud. You're good.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I would probably bite your hand off to get $8 million for Sambi Lokonga. That's a purchase that I just never understood. And he came in.
I understood it, but it was a risk. It was a huge risk.
Yeah.
I think we wanted to. I think the Lokonga signing was us trying to cut corners because we wanted a young guy.
Yeah.
He fit the profile. He was young and he was a leader and he was a captain
He was captain at Anderlecht, wasn't he?
Yes, he was captain, the youngest captain, I think, in their history. So it's like, oh, we have a leader and he fits our age profile. Like, fucking sign him up. Like, we'll pay him whatever. And just, again, like, I mean, we all saw in the documentary, just couldn't just.
I never finished it. Talk about the Amazon thing.
Now you get me questioning. No, I'm pretty sure.
I never finished it. I don't even remember how far through it I got. And I was like, I don't want to watch the rest of this. But anyway,
maybe I didn't.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing.
Anyways, it's like the most infamous scene, like in the whole thing. You haven't even. I mean, if anyone asks me, like,
remember.
If anyone asks me, like, pick a scene, like, what's the most memorable scene you can remember? I think that's it. Is when Lukonga's like, oh man, I'm not playing, and Eddie's like, dude, we all want to play. And then Eddie's like, Eddie can't find the field. I mean, I think he did that season just because of like injuries and whatnot. But yeah.
So all right, so you'd sell Carl Hein.
Yeah, regretfully, you have to. With us signing Kepa, I think selling Hein is like almost like a non-negotiable. You have to. So but if no one wants him, you have to loan him again.
Right. So let me ask you this, and this is a kind of I'm going to segue into, because I know you want to talk about Christian Mosquera. You sell Jakub Kiwior?
No, I don't want to, but like, for some reason, I'm getting the vibes that since we signed Mosquera, I think we want to sell Kiwior. But no, I don't want to. I don't think we should sell Kiwior.
I don't want to sell him either, and I'll tell you why. I want, and I have said this for years, that I want to see two center back pairings, because I feel like that's an area of the pitch where you really want a lot of chemistry. You want two guys playing together a lot who eventually get to a point where they understand each other. They understand each other's tendencies, their movements, their thought processes. And I would love to see Mosquera on the right, Kiwior on the left. That's your center back pairing for your cup games, your Crystal Palace at home, your Leeds at home. I don't know. Is it weird that every time I think of Leeds, I'm like, ooh, that's scary.
It's weird, yeah.
But like, that's what I want. I don't mind the rotation of fullbacks, left back, right back, given situation. But I want, like, if we're not, now, mind you, injury does not factor into this for me. So like, if Gabriel, God forbid, gets hurt, okay, I'm not advocating that William Saliba also does not start because now we've taken away one half of that center back pairing. So now our first choice, I'm not saying that it's a one or the other. I'm saying if we can rotate the pairings, I would love to rotate the pairings. Obviously, Gabriel, Saliba, please don't anybody misunderstand what I'm saying here. They are the best center back pairing in the world. Second place is not close. But I would like to see, playing Preston North End in the Carabao Cup, the cold Tuesday night in Stoke. I'm okay with seeing that rotation with the center back pairings. So I do not want to sell Kiwior at all. And the other thing too is that I'm not hearing a lot that I'm not hearing much of anything as far as rumors on outgoing players are concerned.
I mean, there was a lot of rumors during the season, and there was rumors to
start early in the summer. Yeah, it was like Kiwior might be on his way out, like people like cash in on him. But I don't know. I got to bring this up. John Brown, what I say to you, I think last week, and it was Sammy Malkbell, I believe, that said,
not this again.
That, well, would I take 125 for Saliba? No. It's good. I won 150. And there are 2 or 3 clubs out there that would pay it. If I'm selling them, look, you get an offer of 150 million for William Saliba, that is a hard number to say no to. But on its face, no, I'm not doing that. But I hot take, and I said this to you, we don't have to get into it. I'll just throw it out there. But I did say, bit of a conspiracy theory, that there is a chance that I think Mosquera could be coming in to take over for William Saliba because they're expecting a big offer to come in, and getting that big offer would balance the books basically from this summer. Now, the outlay of this summer, if we get Gyökeres done, let's just say that the final outlay, if Gyökeres is the last player we bring in at 80 million euros, if that's it, there's no need to balance the books. We're fine. If we spend 70 on Eze and there's a left winger brought in on top of that, then I can understand if ownership is like, we got to make one really big sale. And that is one really big sale. That is not a bunch of players collectively adding up to that number. That's in addition to. But what are you laughing at me?
Yeah, I am.
Why?
Because we're not selling Saliba.
So you mean to tell me that if an offer of 150 million came in for William Saliba, that Arsenal would say no?
I don't think there would be. But if there was, no.
I think you're high.
It's fine. I like living in this high world where we're not.
I don't think there is a world where where we get offered.
No one's offering us 150 million to sign a center back. Nobody. Not even Saudi Arabia.
Real Madrid.
One. No.
I don't think he would go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
I don't think he would go to Saudi Arabia. So I don't think that. Did you see they apparently offered some club in Saudi Arabia offered Vinny Jr. $1 billion something?
No, I don't know.
A year.
Yeah. Probably.
That's crazy. Tax free. At that point, just give him the club. He could buy it. And Real Madrid, not easy. But PSG, yes. If PSG were in the market for a center back, they can throw around stupid money. Real Madrid, not so much. But PSG, yes. Look. All right. So look, BX Gunner, John Brown. I've got some people in my corner on this one, man.
No, they're just saying he needs to re-sign, which he's gonna do.
Okay, and I hope you're right. I hope he does. Is next summer when we re-sign him?
No,
or is it the summer after?
I think the latest we would re-sign him would be next.
Oh no, this is BX Gunner. It's next summer. He'll have a year left.
Yeah,
BX Gunner, double check that.
Yeah, no.
I feel like if he, I don't. I feel like
in 27. Yeah, his contract expires in 27. But I'm saying we could re-sign him next year.
I feel like they want to be trying to get him done now.
They are. They're working on him and Saka, I think, currently. But
I just haven't. I've heard Saka. I haven't heard Saliba at all.
No, yeah, I've heard Saliba. I'm not worried. I just like.
So anybody else that you could think of? Is there any surprise sale that you would make right now?
I mean, I would 100% sell Trossard or Martinelli. And I would sell both of them if it meant bringing in Eze. And I don't know. I don't know if I would need anybody else other than Eze. But I mean, I'm
not selling both to get Eze.
I'm not. No. I'm not sell them both to get Eze. But I'm just saying, like, I would sell them both.
One or the other, yes.
I would sell them both regardless of Eze's coming in. I don't.
But then you have to make a second. Then you have to make a second buy. You can't, because Eze's not going to play exclusively on the left.
No, yeah,
he can, but I don't. All right.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm trying to get to FIFA Manager all over this, but or Football Manager all over this. Yeah. No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would definitely. Martinelli depends on what we bring in. Trossard, I would sell now. I wanted to sell Trossard last season. Everyone called me crazy.
Do you still have transfer market up? Because I'm curious as to what. I'm not asking. I'm going to guess.
Yeah. Have it up.
How old is Trossard?
I think
30?
he's
31?
30. Yeah, he's 30.
30?
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Euros. I would 25.
Final answer.
I'm not sure. I would love to get 27 to 28 for him. I don't know how realistic that is just because of his age. We didn't even pay that for him.
Yeah, we paid 24 for him.
Is that euros or pounds?
Euros.
Wow. Whew. 22. If that's what we paid for him, I don't think we're getting.
Is your final answer?
I don't think he's worth 25 then.
What's your final answer?
Yeah, 20, 22, 23 in that range is what I would want.
Pick one.
23.
You fucking idiot. 22.
Is it really? Is it 22? Really?
22, yeah.
I'm good at this.
No,
I'm good at
the wrong answer. You got a 50 shot.
I chose the wrong answer. I'm in the ballpark, cuz.
You said 22, 23, and you chose 23. The answer is 22. That's a wrong answer.
Do you think we could get that for him?
Again, I hate this. This is why I hate doing this, because I always give the stupid same answer. It depends who's in for him. Depends what team is in for him. I think we can. I think we can.
If the right, sure, yeah. Okay, so your answer is yes. I think we could get him. Yeah. I think we could get that for him if the right clubs were to come in for him. So that's your answer. You think we could? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
See, I don't think we get that. I think
22.
I think the more realistic number for him is probably high teens, like 17.
I think. Again, I think it goes back to what did we talk? I think we talked about Vieira with this. I think it's the same thing. I think it depends on add-ons, and I
just don't know with a 30-year-old player that you're going to get a lot of add-ons that are going to take it. That are going to get you that number.
But I think we could sell Trossard. I think we could sell Trossard for more money than Vieira.
Oh, absolutely. There's
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think doubt about that.
I think the add-ons will be higher for Fabio Vieira, but I think Trossard in the end of the day will sell more.
I'm souring on Rodrigo. Like, the more that I've kind of done, the more that I've researched Rodrigo, I don't think I want him. I would take Xavi Simons at this point over Rodrigo.
Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah. Would I sell Martinelli to get him? No. I think he's a better player, but I wouldn't sell Martinelli to get him, because I think Martinelli, I think you're still half. I think a sale of Martinelli only gets you halfway there. So I guess that comes down to a money thing for me. I wouldn't cut off my nose to spite my face, because I don't think selling Martinelli gets us Rodrigo. So that's why I'm not doing it. Wow. I would sell Martinelli to get Xavi Simons, because I think their valuations are closer.
It's going to be Xavi Simons or Eze. And we're not getting both. They both do the same thing.
So do we? All right, let me ask you this. And then what else did we have? You wanted to talk about Christian Mosquera. We
signed. We don't need to have an in-depth conversation, but we signed him. I think there was leaked footage of him being interviewed. So
boy, oh boy. Your social media for Arsenal, and you sent that to Getty Images and they put it out. Yikes.
Yeah.
Also, if any of you believe the picture that is doing the rounds on socials of Gyökeres in an away kit, it's blurry, it is fake. Stop it. Be better.
Yeah, I didn't think we would need to discuss that. That's crazy.
There are people out there who are actually buying into this. Come on, man.
Did you see the picture of how you buy the kits on the Arsenal? You pick the player you want. Gyökeres is on it for number 14.
What?
Yeah, there's a picture. There's a picture circulating. Yeah, some people are saying, "Dude, it's definitely real," and I have other people that I talk to saying, "It's fake." What do you do? Like, what do you mean? So I don't know.
You're saying if I go on to Arsenal Direct right now, you're telling me that
it's not there now, obviously. Hold on. I don't know if you could. I'll put the picture up. I don't know if you could see that. Well, it's backwards, but
no, I can see it. It's not backwards.
Oh, really? It's backwards.
That's a picture.
Yeah,
that's just interesting.
Yeah. But people are saying it's definitely real. People are saying it's definitely fake. I don't care. Again, this is like it's just to excite people, get everyone like all fired up. Look, dude, it's just
what's crazy to me is like we don't get this over here with our sports, right?
Well, no, because over here, when you hear like rumblings of rumors, it's like real,
right?
Right. And that's I think it's something I've talked about on multiple shows. Like a big difference. I've gone on English shows and we talk about rumors, and I kind of give my spin on it from an American standpoint. And when you hear rumors and you hear rumblings or something, it's 100. It's usually like 100% factual. It's very rare that you get rumors and it's bullshit or it's like not or like it's usually like if you hear a rumor, usually the next day it gets confirmed. So American journalism is a little different over here.
It's crazy to me. It's absolutely, and I have been told that I've been told that David Ornstein and James McNicholas are basically hacks as journalists. Now, McNicholas is more of a columnist, what I would call a columnist. He's more of an opinion guy. All right. Which is fine. That's there's nothing wrong with that. Ornstein is the facts guy. Ornstein is the the rumor. Hey, I'm legitimately hearing this from people in the know, but even Romano is I don't know what to make of him. I mean, he doesn't when we get a here we go from him, he's not wrong. I just think that with Romano, there's a lot. I think it's more of a constantly posting content for him, and it's basically rewording of the same news that we've had for 2 weeks, which gets a little old because people see, oh my God, Romano tweeted something about Gyökeres. It's here and then they look and it's like, oh yeah, we knew that 2 weeks ago, but it's just worded different. So, and John Brown, yes, I don't. Romano can be. I do believe him. I shouldn't. I'm not going to try to disparage Fabrizio Romano at all because I do think most of the things he does get right. I just think it's more of a quantity over quality thing for him. But yeah, if you want, reliable journalists, David Ornstein, James McNicholas, anybody at The Athletic is there because that's a legitimate sports publication. They're not just going to throw excrement at the wall and hope that something sticks. I could name you people who do that. I could name you one person who does that. I'm not going to do that. I want to so bad.
Shut up,
Mikey. Mikey, I don't know if you were here. If you're still
what are
here,
we talking? He's not here. He's eating lasagna with his family. Oh, wow. I got a question. Question for the chat. Shout out lasagna. I like lasagna. Chat, if you don't like lasagna, it's fine. Meat or no meat?
Define meat.
What do you?
Are we talking about like are we talking like a bolognese sauce, like ground meat in the sauce, or are we talking sausage or pepperoni or chicken or something in the lasagna itself that is separate from the sauce?
Oh, I've never had
either way, I'm okay with the meat. I'm good with it.
Oh, I'm okay with it. So all right, me and John Brown, I'd rather have no meat. No meat in my lasagna.
Even in the sauce?
Yeah. I growing up, I never liked meat in my sauce.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I've always been a smooth, it's funny, even not to go off the rails too much, but as a kid, I loved cookies and cream ice cream. I still like it. But now when I eat ice cream, I like my ice cream like nothing in it, like just smooth ice cream.
Okay. Question for the chat, because this is absolutely a Ryan thing. Will you have a milkshake as your drink with your meal?
Wait, is that do people do that?
I don't do it. I know it's a thing. Like I know other people that do it, but
damn, John Brown coming with the shots. Damn. Damn.
Yeah, John Brown, you've been very active tonight, and I do hope if you are not already, please go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel for us. You've been very active tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if he follows. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. I don't know if I don't know if he follows me or not.
Thoughts on Hugo Ekitike signing for Liverpool, 90 million euros.
So we talked this before the show, and BG didn't really want to talk about. Oh, I don't think you didn't want to talk about it. You just like why would we want to talk about Liverpool? I just think it's interesting. I kind of wanted to talk about it. Maybe not before the Gyökeres talk, but and a soda. What the? All right, all right, I'm gonna get sick. No, I think it's just interesting because when we started the season or the transfer window, and it's like Arsenal have the pick of the litter. Man, you need a striker, but like they're struggling. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to figure it out. City don't need a striker. Liverpool spent the king's ransom on Wirtz, but they did need a striker because they're going to probably sell Luis Diaz. Obviously the horrible passing of Jota, they have to figure that out, which sucks. But there's not really like teams that are. Again, I don't want to say as desperate as us, but I only say desperate because we've been needing a striker for a couple seasons now. So I think it's interesting that they signed him, they pulled the trigger, and they're paying money for a proven. I don't want to say Premier League player, but they're paying money for a proven star. Ekitike is not that.
I was misunderstanding you there.
Yeah. He's not that, and I mean, listen, he could come good, and it's the best business they've ever done. But they're taking huge risks in Wirtz and Ekitike, and it's just funny because years ago, kind of like when we started when we sold Oxlade-Chamberlain to them, they were making a lot of good investments, a lot of good deals, and they're really spending their money wisely. And the Coutinho thing obviously helped them out too. But it's weird. They're taking big swings, which is very uncharacteristic of Liverpool. This could blow up in their faces, but I don't know. I mean, we're definitely going to see. But it's a lot of money for a player who I don't really think is gonna. To me, he's like the Manweke for Liverpool. He could play here, he could play there, but does he start? I don't really know if I see him starting.
Do you know who I think he is? What I think this deal is? This would be us with Sesko. Say that again? Same thing. You're saying here is a quite unproven, although by all accounts he's going to be a stud, but as yet unproven goal scoring talent, and they just paid 90 million for him.
Oh yeah.
If we sign Sesko, this is exactly how I would be thinking.
I think Sesko is. Again, you have to look at valuations and how much we would. Let's just say in an alternate universe, we're going in for Sesko. I think I would be curious to see the numbers and the difference in us buying him versus Ekitike at Liverpool. I think Sesko is right now a better player. I think he's physically more gifted than Ekitike. Not just, but what's funny too is I think Ekitike.
That's how I say it.
I can't say that too fast.
By the way, his name is spelled the same forward and backwards. Homonym.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think
Itike.
Yeah, I know what a homonym is. Okay. Ekitike. But the thing with Ekitike is, what was the thing with Ekitike? I was going to say, I don't know. I just think Sesko is. Yeah, I mean, John Brown said it. He's an athletic freak, and he's a bigger baller. I think he scores nicer goals. He's physically more not demanding. What's the word? Impending? I don't know. He's physically just better, I think. So it'd be interesting if we were to get Sesko, or if another team were to sign Sesko. It'd be interesting to see how that pans out, and how much they pay. But yeah, it's just interesting too, because there were also talks of them going in for Isak and Newcastle, and then also talks that Newcastle sent Isak home amid transfer speculation, and I haven't heard anything. Apparently, you said that he's, going to Saudi, or Saudi Arabia is approaching him. I can't see him going to Saudi Arabia. I really can't.
I can't either. And and to add a little more context to what I said to you the other night, Eddie Howe also says that he's very happy at Newcastle. He does not expect Isak to move.
Well, obviously,
anywhere.
You're going to say that regardless.
I mean, but it's interesting. I find it very interesting that he was not named in a match day squad, and wherever Newcastle are having their preseason, summer tour, whatever you want to call it, he's not there with them, which is there's something out there. I feel like there's something out there right now that might be turning his head a little bit. I just get that feeling.
Really, something turning his head, and our talks with Gyökeres have kind of stalled. All
right, real quick, and then we're gonna. Was there anything else? I've got a question for you, but was there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Oh, John Brown. I commented on YouTube. You won't see it because you're on X. Go to YouTube, search Loose Cannons AFC, and that should get you to our page. If you see the logo in the top right corner of your screen, just look for that logo and drop us a subscription. And that goes for everybody that is out there watching, listening on YouTube. We would greatly, greatly appreciate the subscription. We're trying to boost numbers here and do a fun thing. So subscriptions and interactions on YouTube greatly help. But anyway, what else? Well, I've got a question, but what else is on your mind?
I mean, I kind of want to talk a little bit about Mascara, just the type of player he is, and just preseason and
John Brown, why is Christian Mascara missing the preseason trip? Supposedly, there's an issue with the medical. That is what I heard. It is not something that it's not something that the deal will be scuppered over, but there is an issue with the medical details. So that's what's holding up the confirmation and announcement, I guess, of the transfer. I would think that with that picture, that all of the paperwork is signed. So I don't know what Arsenal are doing as far as not announcing it is concerned. Paperwork signed. Guess what? If you found something on the medical that you don't like, tough shit, because you already signed the paperwork. But anyway, so that answers that question. So kind of thought we talked about Mascara already.
Oh,
with the sleeve. All right. I mean, go ahead. What do you got?
We don't have to. I mean, really just quick. I mean, he's literally Saliba. And this is why I don't think we saw Saliba. I think Saliba is going to mentor the shit out of him. I think he is exactly like Saliba. When Saliba got here, he's terrible in the air, but he's a phenomenal passer. He can dribble. He can carry the ball. He's great with the ball at his feet. He makes very good, timely tackles on the ground, obviously not in the air. And this is why I think selling Saliba is crazy. I think he's just gonna, I think he's gonna go under Saliba's wing a little bit, and hopefully, I just think he's gonna suit very well. And this is why I don't want to sell Kivior, because I agree with you. I think they should form a partnership. Now, that's not to say I would like to see it rotated, like a game Saliba might need a rest and not Gabriel, and one game Gabriel might need a rest and not Saliba. So they could be interchangeable, but I definitely think, for me, at least me personally, I would like a Saliba backup and a Gabriel backup, not a backup for both, which is what Kivior was. Kivior was a backup for both,
right?
Or they tried to do some crazy stuff where they put Timber as a center back or Ben White as a center back,
right?
Which it's weird because I don't hate it, because I think Ben White and Timber can succeed for Arsenal on the pitch together. And I think they're good enough to start in a starting 11 for Arsenal together. Not even just together, just in general. I think they're both good enough players. So, the fact that one of them is on the bench for us every game sucks. But, I mean, that's what happens when you're building a team to win multiple trophies. So,
yeah. No, I agree. Spot on. I mean, it's, I said it earlier. I guess if I'm looking and saying, well, okay, Saliba might need a rest, I would disagree slightly. I would say, well, if I'm going to rest Saliba, I'm probably going to rest Gav, because if one needs it, chances are probably both need it, to be honest.
Well, it depends. One guy can just have a knock and I can play.
Well, that's what I said. Not injuries aren't factoring into that for me. Yes, if Saliba comes up a little lame He felt, he felt something tweak a little
Not
bit.
even feel something. You could just be like, I mean, it's just so how out of shape and old I am. I mean, you could just be just sore. It could just be like, oh, dude, like that game really kicked my ass.
No, that's what I mean. Like, hey, yeah, you get kicked
I
around.
wouldn't really consider that an injury though.
Hurt. You're hurt. If you're injured, you can't. If you're injured, you can't play. If you're hurt, you can. But
I guess it's fine.
No, an injury, you're going to miss time because you're injured. But if you're hurt,
I guess
through it. So if he takes a little bit of a knock and it's like, it's sore, but I could play. It's like, sit out. I get that. I've said my piece on Christian Mosquera. Preseason wise, what are you? Well, let me ask this, because I think preseason wise, like what are you looking for in the preseason? It's like, well, I think we're all going to agree what we want to see in the preseason. We want to see a lot of the players get time, as a lot of the guys that don't get a lot of time. We want to see those guys get the time. We want to come through it injury free, and bed in the new players. That's and get Zubamendi and Norgard, Madueke. Although I don't know how that's going to work. Excuse me, because
Madueke did not travel.
Right. But player-wise, what player are you most interested in trying to follow this preseason?
All right, I'll give you academy player, and I'll give you a first teamer. Okay. I mean, academy is easy. I think the obvious answer is Dauman. I want to see what he could do, even with AC Milan reserves. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
I honestly, funny, the seven academy kids, I think they all have a chance to impress. Rojas, the keeper, him, I don't know. I think they kind of just threw him in there because he's a keeper. I think they were planning on bringing an academy keeper anyway. I don't know. He's decent, but I don't know if he'll really shine. But the other six, I'm excited to see. Josh Nichols is in there. I think he was a fun watch.
Yeah.
It's also tough because I don't think he played in the Premier League at all. I think he played.
I think he got a run out in a Carabao Cup match.
Yeah. So I mean, even I think when he got the run, I think he was decent too. So it's be interesting to see players like a Josh Nichols who had their chance in the summer. I think impressed relatively so, and has a chance to do it again. Obviously, everyone's going to have their eyes on Dauman. Salmon, the center back, people are really starting to talk about.
Yeah.
I gave you obviously more than one, but but my first team player, someone I alluded to earlier in the show, and someone already said it, Kai Schwarzenegger. Love that BX. Kai Havertz. I think I'm very curious to see. For me, I don't even know if it's about him playing well, scoring goals. I want to see his physicality. I want to see his cardio. I want to see how he handles his physique, because he's different.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna really. I don't know what I don't think anything. I'm really excited to see him. I'm curious how he's gonna be on the ball, off the ball. Hopefully he'll push over a defender or two. Gator ain't no bitch. So we'll see. I'm going to take the low-hanging fruit. I want to see Dauman. I want to see how he does going up against supposedly grown men. Because he is only 16, I think. Yeah.
So
he just turned. He was 15 last season.
Right. So I want to see how he competes with grown men, because but I'm very curious to see how Ethan Nwaneri, where he plays. What?
It says Dauman's 15.
He might be turning 16 soon then.
And just New Year's Eve. I don't know if I believe that though.
What are you looking at?
On a wrong site I was not trying to look at, but I don't even know. I was on a site and I just looked at it. But whatever. Keep going. Keep talking. Sorry.
I'm very curious to see where.
Yep, 15. New Year's Eve.
Really?
Turning 16 on New Year's Eve.
I'm very curious to see where Ethan plays. New contract and all in hand now. Very curious to see where he plays, how he plays. And I'm curious as to whether or not Arteta actually follows through with this Miles Lewis-Skelly experiment in the midfield thing that we keep hearing about. But I want to see those two. I want to see how they do now with a year of senior team football under their belt. I'm very curious to see those two and, how that's going to go. So, as far as what I'm looking for in the preseason, again, just, no injuries, get Zubamendi, feeling comfortable with the midfield trio, get him a lot of playing time with Rice and Odegaard. When I say a lot, if Rice and Odegaard are playing, Zubamendi should be playing. I am curious to see how Christian Norgard does. I will be totally honest with you. I don't watch any Brentford matches unless they're playing Arsenal or, a top team in the league that could have some impact on standings on the table. But I
think Brentford was my most bet team for our betting show.
Really?
I think I bet on Brentford the most out of any Premier League team. Yeah, so I watched a lot of Brentford.
Well, so I just bottom line, I have not watched a lot of Christian Norgard. I am very curious to see how he fits. That's one of the signings I like. I will say so far this summer, I love everything we've done. I love the Kepa signing.
I like from a money point of view, yes, but I don't like him as a player, and I don't like the blocking of Karl Hein. I think Karl Hein could be a good. I think he's a good backup. He was great in La Liga starting.
Well, but
I get it. La Liga's in the Premier League. I understand that, but I'd rather have Karl Hein and not spend any money.
Yeah, but is he? But he's not going to play. And here you get back into the conversation of devaluing our own players.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. He's 23, but I don't think we're selling him. I think we're going to loan him with like an option or an obligation. I don't think we're going to sell him.
That's one that because I don't. I mean, how old is he?
23.
23. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, all right, he had one good year in La Liga for a team that finished mid-table. I don't know where Valladolid finished, but I don't think they didn't battle relegation. I think they were.
I don't think they were that high, but they weren't. Yeah,
I'm saying I call it mid-table, anywhere from 5th to 15th.
Well, I hope you're right.
I don't think they finished that high. I would probably say anywhere from like 8th to 15th.
The winner is. Oh wait, really? They finished 8th.
What I say? 8th to 15th. Come on, how good am I?
They give the Well, I say that because they qualified for the Conference League, so that's pretty big.
Well, all right. So he has one good year on an 8th place team in the Liga.
Yeah.
What, legitimately, what's his value?
Hold on. I think they had the wrong team. I think he was on this team that finished dead last. Hold on. Confirming. Yeah, I lied.
They finished dead last?
Dead last, yeah.
Oh, wow. So they get relegated. So he couldn't have had that good a year for him.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. I don't want to say that. Yeah, I guess not. I thought he definitely had.
You were looking at Villarreal.
What? No. I was looking at Rayo something. It doesn't matter. The point is
wow, they did get because I'm looking at
I know he had good performances. I don't want to say he had a good year, but I know he had good performances.
Woof. Yeah, man, they got relegated. Damn, Sevilla finished 17th.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Well, all right. Well, that's going to factor in what I think his valuation could be, because I would say then, boy, oh boy. I mean, I couldn't even ballpark this.
Listen. He's Estonia's starting keeper.
If I don't even think it $2 million. You have transfer market up?
Oh yeah, what's your guess? Yeah, I already know what it is.
$2 million.
3.
I'm really good at this.
All right, shut up.
I
All right,
am really, really good.
But yeah, so point like that's what I'm saying. Like we're not gonna sell him for a lot, so just don't spend the money on Kepa. You're saving wages. You're saving $5 million.
Well, but Arteta doesn't trust him.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And again, I think where I think I think Karl Hein is a more than capable backup, and I think he's better than what stats just indicated. But again, raising the ceiling, even if he's a backup goalie and he's not going to play much, Kepa raising the floor. Yeah,
raising the floor.
Kepa is 100% raising the floor.
Yes.
I mean, I think we could both agree Kepa had a better season at Bournemouth. We don't even look at stats.
For sure.
That I can tell you.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know.
I love the signing for 3 years because it's like, again, how much is your backup keeper? Not to here again, how much is your backup keeper really going to play? But God forbid, at least you've got somebody in there that just came off a pretty good year that you've got some faith in. I feel better with Kepa having to be that guy than I do Karl Hein.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at an hour and a half right now, and it's been good footy talk. Do you have anything else that you would like to bring up?
So we talked about selling Trossard. Yeah. No, I mean, not really, other than it's been all over, but the Gyökeres deal is something that we're prioritizing and sales. I think it's such a weird thing. It's an interesting line to walk, but Arteta says we're short, but yet we definitely there's players that we all just talked about that need to be sold. So, I think it's very interesting how Arsenal walk that line. It's interesting to see what we sell them for, could potentially, I'm pretty sure it's Palace, could we potentially add Reece Nelson in the deal to get Eze cheaper? I know it's not really a thing that's terribly common overseas. And then there was talk that I don't even know if we talked about this, but I think it was a few weeks ago when our initial Eze deals were underway. People were saying that Palace would be willing to sell him to us if we add I think, I don't know if the word was prolific. I forget the word that was used, but it was an Arsenal defender. And people were like, it's Kivior. Kivior's gone. And then apparently the rumors, it turns out it was Josh Nichols, an academy player. So I don't know. Maybe he impresses in Singapore. And we could sell him to get Eze. I don't know. It's definitely gonna be interesting. But I mean, I think we could both agree, chat included in this. I think we definitely need to make some sale or to generate some sales, generate some money.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, we definitely will be able to get our hands on Eze. I think, and I also think, to an extent, that if these Eze, talks are concrete and it's really coming along, it also might, get under. I don't want to say get under his skin, but I think a player like Trossard might be like, oh wow, they're really bringing Eze in. I probably should get out of here.
Right.
So I mean, bringing Eze in could generate some sales too. Who knows? I don't know, but it is going to be interesting to see sales, especially since we haven't been linked with selling players, and with Arteta saying we're short players. So, but again, I think short players means I think short players doesn't necessarily mean short players. I think it means I want better players. We're short, as in I need upgrades. I need guys that are going to come in and come off the bench and put in meaningful minutes or start in the starting 11. So I think that it'll be very interesting to see kind of what unfolds while we're in Singapore and kind of a week after.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're just under 4 weeks away from the beginning of the season, I believe.
Jeez, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, what is it, August 17th? So we're 1, 2, 3, nope, 5. So we're just under 5 weeks away. 1, 2, nope, we're just under 5 weeks away from the start of the season. So August 17th. And I mean, that's a long time. That's there's still a lot of time left to get these things done. So yeah, I think that's it. We're at an hour and 40 minutes. It's been good footy talk. This was a lot of fun chat. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Everybody listening on X, Twitter, watching us, appreciate you guys as well. 8 new subscribers to the channel tonight. Thank you. We really appreciate that, guys. Also, be sure to, if you're on YouTube, drop a thumbs up on the video. We would greatly appreciate that as well. Make sure you click the bell icon. That way you never miss a show. This is going to be a pretty typical thing for us going forward. Maybe not every week during the summer. If we've got some decent news to chat about next week, we'll get into it. We'll have some games to talk about, actually. So are you watching them?
I don't know. I mean, I work later on in the day, so if I wake up, sure. But if not, I'll try to catch. I'm gonna try to watch it, whether it's live or not.
I don't know if there will be a replay.
I'm sure.
I spent the early bird money to be able to watch the games, so
I'll find a replay.
Yeah,
you don't think if you spent the money, you don't think you could watch it on replay?
I don't know.
Well, you let me know, and if you can, then maybe I'll just hack your account. I'll do it.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it's going to be interesting to see how we kind of do a show every Monday night, every week. But I would like to. So no,
I think once we get into the season, and
I guess my point is anybody listening, whether you live or in the future, feel free to just hit us up, DM us, tweet at us, and just be like, hey, talk about this, or ask a question. I love interacting with people, whether it's on social media or at a bar. I love it. I could talk Arsenal till I'm blue in the face. So if anyone has any questions, anything you want to talk about, like, feel free, because it is. I mean, you're right though. It is like boring. Like the Menweke thing dragged on for so long, and then now the Gyökeres thing. It's like,
yeah,
all right, man, grasping at straws. But I'm definitely thinking that we'll have stuff to talk about, whether it be transfer rumors.
I'm hoping, yeah.
But it's not. But even if it's not transfer rumers, we could just
we'll have 2 games to talk about.
Yeah, we'll have 2 games.
Wednesday, Sunday, right?
I know it's Wednesday. I don't know if it's Sunday. I thought it was Saturday. I don't know. Definitely it shouldn't be Saturday, but no, it's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah. 7:30 in the morning.
Both games are 7:30. Yeah. Well, all right. I mean, so next Monday, we might have, we'll have some game recaps. We can, probably talk about some stuff next Monday. So, barring any catastrophes, I guess we'll aim for next Monday. We'll have some game recaps to talk about. Hopefully, some new signings coming in, maybe some outgoings to talk about as well. And again, just thank you everybody that has tuned in to watch us on YouTube. Thank you for all the new subscriptions. Everybody on Twitter/X, thank you guys for all being with us. Anybody on replay, thank you guys very much. Be sure to drop a thumbs up on the video. Yeah, John Brown, stay tuned, man. We'll be doing stuff throughout the season for sure. So, but unfortunately, we do have lives that jobs that we've got to go to, and unfortunately, we're not good enough to get this syndicated and actually make money off of it, where we can sit around and do this. You know what? Get the subscriptions up there, people. If we can get to that point, I would love it. That's what I'm aiming for. So, but anyway, always good footy talk. Thank you once again, everybody, for being a part of it. We'll see you out there.